Literally yesterday, we talked about the dividing line between racism and representation, and how more often than not, it is the intent of the mind behind it, which indeed is the entire definition of hate crime, so I suppose that's one point in which I agree with a frightening number of governments along the world. And as the universe unquestionably, undoubtedly, and demonstrably revolves solely around me and my interests, we receive an immediate example, allowing us to put theory into praxis. As Black Girl Gamers, a website that we have looked at previously, which, well, features entirely black girl gamers, as they say they are 100% minority operated, have been accused of, discriminatory hiring practices. Appears to be discriminating in their hiring practices. Well, colour me shocked and surprised, again, everything considered. I don't see how one could possibly level this accusation at them. But they have put out a response here. We are addressing the recent allegations published on thatparkplace.com about discriminatory hiring practices within black girl gamers. These claims are false and were made without prior fact-checking or verification from us or our representatives. Black Girl Gamers operate as a contracting organization that collaborates with both freelancers and content creators from all backgrounds to work on various projects and initiatives to amplify underrepresented voices in gaming and make the community more inclusive. Contrary to the allegations in the article, Black Girl Gamers has contracted freelancers of all races, genders, sexual orientation, religions, and ethnic backgrounds. Well, okay, fair enough, but here's the thing. The article they're referring to is this one right here, and it isn't alleging that you haven't hired outside people, freelancers or contractors. It is simply saying that a video game consultant organization, Black Girl Gamers, that consulted on Square Enix disastrous Forspoken game appears to be discriminating in their hiring practices while simultaneously claiming they are being harassed. This is the original tweet. Looking for a black woman content creator that make Dungeons and Dragons D&D content for some potential brand work. Hit us up. That does indeed appear to be discriminatory, doesn't it? Surely, if you are saying we are looking for specific race and specific gender, then by necessity, you are discriminating against everyone who is not aforementioned specific gender and specific race. If anything, I would say that the website is being mightily diplomatic by saying that this appears to be discriminating. Legalistic, one might even argue. And realizing that this did look really, really, really bad, they have since changed their tune somewhat. Looking for content creators that make Dungeons and Dragons D&D content for some potential brand work, hit us up. See, this is fine. This is legal. This, more dubiously so, as in most civilized countries, it is actually illegal to discriminate against someone based upon their, race, sexuality, gender, these weird things that we tend to not like people discriminating based on. So, how do the lessons of yesterday come into the factor? Well, again, 100% minority operated. This is a consultant company that makes sure that other corporations are applying the correct level of diversity in their productions. And judging by their own diversity, as in 100% non-white male, we must infer from minority operated, diversity, their definition of diversity, is quite simply no white people. And as for discriminatory hiring practices, how exactly did you reach that number? Through sheer fortunate accident, I guess? It's conceivable. But I do love that it is also a point of pride. 10,000 members and talents within our network, 10,000 women and black women specifically, in fact. I believe they mentioned, Here we go. We house the largest gaming safe space for black women in the world. It's multi-platform gaming community of over 10,000 black women that is age and LGBTQIA+ inclusive. You didn't even bother listing the other 120,000 people, the 110,000 people? Are they not worthy of notice? I wonder why. But let's not speculate on that too much, shall we? As of course, again, their stated objective is empowering black women in gaming. Indeed, even the people that they work with, as here we can look at the team, and hey, if nothing else, their name is certainly not misleading. Black Girl Gamers, as they are indeed all black and all female, and presumably at least peripherally involved in the gaming scene. And they have worked with campaigns like Google's Change the Game campaign, which was 100% aligned with the representation of women and femmes in the gaming industry, with our goal of increasing it. Once again, the dividing line between representation and racism does appear to be the intent of the people making the argument and the challenge. And if you are looking exclusively for black women content creators, if you are empowering specifically black women in gaming, if you are only hiring, as in operated solely by minorities, and single them out in your community, etc., and again, your stated goal is to increase representation of specific group, it seems difficult to find some way to make this not appear discriminatory, honestly. And they are now, of course, threatening legal action against both the site and, apparently, what was it? Public exploitation and journalists, as well as subsequent content creators who have reshared the false allegations about our organization. Well, Black Girl Gamers, all I can really say to that is sue me, I suppose. Because, by all reasonable appearances, yes, the website does appear to be correct. And again, we're not even contesting that you are hiring out, again, other people, contracting freelancers of all races, genders, sexual orientation, religions, ethnicity, backgrounds, etc. Sure. We're just pointing out that this one, right here, does appear to be discriminatory. And I would like to see the court in the land that wouldn't throw this out on face value. And again, judging by the fact that they mentioned later on that they are taking steps to obtain legal counsel, I might suggest that you seek legal counsel before making the legal threats next time. Particularly considering that what you have put out here and has been archived, presuming this is true, and I have no reason to doubt it at the moment, again, judging by the relative standard of the content site, you might have made yourself guilty of a little bit of criminal misconduct yourself, as I do believe they are based in the United States of America, and last time I checked, I do believe discrimination was illegal in the US of A. But hey, what do I know? I'm hardly any legal expert, and certainly my definition of the word diversity differs from yours rather substantially. But to take this into a bit of a broader context, though, I find it very interesting that this is even something, an allegation that they take seriously, because of course, this is an allegation that has been levied against a whole lot of companies and a whole lot of corporations, most famously against the BBC, of course, that hired out, research assistant positions, where they looked for only people with minority backgrounds, etc., or people of color. That became quite the big thing, and nothing happened from it, because, well, the DEI people are still the ones clinging quite tightly to the levers of power, presumably. And the very fact that this then appears to be something that they take seriously is an interesting indication that perhaps the times they are a-changing. Maybe we'll even arrive at some sort of situation where the law is applied equally. It's a fanciful notion, but one that I am personally relatively fond of. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.